Both in Monrovia and Dallas Tzu Chi Great Love Schools hold graduation ceremonies. Stray dogs in Taiwan is a huge problem due to owners not treating pets like a member of the family. Welcome to DaAi Headlines, and Lori Chen, thank you for joining us. Recently, the Tzu Chi Philippines Chapter held a 3-day, 2-night Tzu Ching Camp, where over 100 youth participated. Among them, Tzu Ching had invited his sister to join him in attending, which greatly helped her in learning how to socialize with others. Let's take a look at the impact the camp had on all the youth participants.
The 3-day, 2-night Tzu Ching Camp was held inside the Philippines Tzu Chi grounds. Each participant changed into the uniform and present themselves in a respectful manner, as they want to change not only their outer appearance, but their inner self too.
It's to encourage these young people because they may not have a direction in life yet.
Tzu Ching Patrick No is one of the leaders of the camp and invited his sister to participate as well.
As people, makikihalo-bilo tayo sa different.
We should be able to work with others, no matter what group setting it is. I hope she can feel the power of friendship.
Shaynell is shy, but on the last day of camp, she was able to represent her group to express her thoughts to the rest of the campers.
We don't always have to hide and keep things to ourselves because we have the people around us to share our feelings with.
The two siblings grew up watching DaAi TV, and now that they have joined as Tzu Chings, they have changed for the better. Their father felt the positive change and was influenced to become a Tzu Chi volunteer.
We feel closer to each other. We now have the common goal of helping other people.
Learning good habits to maintain, the campers all feel a change in themselves. Among the activities was writing a letter of gratitude to their parents. Many of the campers shed tears as they wrote it.
I've always felt my parents didn't care about me, but I now realize they care about me deeply.
Developing good habits for life, the kids walk away with new perspectives.
New thing, but it's great to learn new things. And I've also learned that teamwork is important, and cooperation also, and pakikisama.
As these children walk away with new inspiration, it is hoped they will become the future of Tzu Chi.
Speaking of the youth population, the New Jersey and San Jose Tzu Chi Academies both held their graduation ceremonies. The graduates showcased their talents on stage and served tea to both their teachers and parents in order to express their gratitude for them. Not only did they learn the Mandarin language, but also Tzu Chi's humanistic culture. Let's check out the heartwarming scenes. Two Tzu Chi Academies in New Jersey jointly held their graduation ceremonies. There was a total of 15 students graduating. All of them completed their Mandarin studies. They served tea to both the teachers and parents in order to express their gratitude.
Yeah. Very proud of you.
Very proud of you.
10 years. You did it. Good work.
With more than 10 years of companionship, starting from children all the way to youth, the teachers and volunteers have witnessed firsthand their overall growth.
翔天非常自信，他告诉我，他的偶像就是未来的自己。
The graduates not only learn Mandarin, but also Tzu Chi's humanistic culture, gratitude, respect, and love.
最要感谢的是我的妈妈。
The person that I'm most grateful for is my mother. Grateful for her support and encouragement, other than activities outside school like competitions or performances, which cause time conflicts. I've never once skipped a class.
我从来没有翘过一次课哦。
She knows Chinese a lot better, which is great because I think being Western and Eastern is a real blessing that I'm jealous of.
After 12 years and he has graduated, I'm extremely grateful. Grateful that he never gave up. I am also grateful that we could accompany him all these years on this journey. It's filled with great memories. Learn the Mandarin language and also how to treat others in life. This learning journey will allow them to be successful in the other areas of their lives. At the San Jose Tzu Chi Academy graduation ceremony in Northern California, each grade showcased what they've learned with pride and confidence.
他们在人文学校待了10年哦，哈，所以他们很棒。
Sending off the graduates is both exciting and heartbreaking at the same time.
Really impacted me now that I look back at it, and I've met so many people that care about me and my education, and I made a lot of friends here who've supported me and helped me learn Chinese.
It's graduation season, so the Monrovia Tzu Chi Great Love Elementary School held their graduation ceremony as well. Nearly 150 teachers, students, and parents attended. On the same day, but in a different state, the Dallas Tzu Chi Great Love Preschool also held their own graduation ceremony. For each child, this was their first edge of a graduation ceremony in their whole entire life so far. Each child went on stage for the turning of the tassel ceremony. Both the teachers and parents were deeply touched by the direct result of Tzu Chi Humanistic culture education. Let's check out these graduates' special day. It's been 3 years of wonderful memories. The graduates are singing proudly. The 9th Dallas Tzu Chi Great Love Preschool graduation ceremony had the children serving tea to both the teachers and parents. Many parents have stated that Tzu Chi's education has made their families more blissful.
One day she came home and she said, you know, what are we grateful for? Let's all hold hands at the dinner table and we all go around the table and say, what are we grateful for? And that was something that was nothing we really had thought would happen, like that she would bring up, but that was something that she's implemented into our family on her own. And so I think that it's really been really sweet and touching that we have that tradition now every day.
For their first ever graduation ceremony in life, the Dallas Tzu Chi Chapter CEO conducted the turning of the tassel ceremony for each child. Each graduate was respectful and well-mannered. The teachers were all very proud of them. A diversified approach to learning is a great way to develop a child's self-confidence. At the Monrovia Great Love Elementary School graduation ceremony, each child performed on stage with great confidence. Whether it was a solo act or a group performance, they proudly showcased their talents to the teachers and the parents. The humanistic culture and bilingual teaching methods are the reason why I highly trust the school with teaching my child. All the teachers are very caring and full of compassion. They're passionate in what they are doing, and they teach and guide the children with love. Max started when he was in the 1st grade. The best thing that came out of these past 5 years is the fact that he has built a strong foundation of the Mandarin language. The most important thing is that he does not reject learning Mandarin. This is also one of the main reasons why we send him to a Tzu Chi school. One can only grow up once in their life. The parents use their cameras to capture this special moment. It's also a gift for their children, giving them the best wishes for the journey ahead. What comes after graduation season? It's the summer vacation, and then back to school season rolls around. Therefore, the Kaohsiung DaAi Kindergarten recently held a gathering for their newly enrolled kindergartners. Through various activities and demonstrations, the teachers thoughtfully explained many of the things that the children will be learning once they start school in the fall. They hope that this will help them preparing for the upcoming first day of school. Let's go meet some of these adorable children.
你难道不知道吗？汉堡是用什么做成的呢？ 就是我们呀。
The teachers use the puppets to act out different things that the newly enrolled kindergartens are going to be learning at school. Among the children are a set of fraternal twins. They're very lucky because at first only the younger brother was accepted.
Originally, we had already prepared ourselves for the worst-case scenario, where only one of them was going to be accepted and what we were going to do then. However, our prayers were answered. One day, the kindergarten called us, saying that both children were able to be accepted in. We were more than ecstatic.
There was also Grandpa Lee, who brought his grandson to the gathering. He completely agrees and supports Tzu Chi's educational methods. In addition, he is very happy about the fact that the child will be able to consume a vegetarian diet. We used both a simple and relaxed way to let the children know what they will be studying once they start attending school regularly. The teachers mindfully explained various life etiquettes to the children at the gathering. They hope by doing this, the newly enrolled kindergartners will have an easier transition and happier first day of school. Staying on the topic of children, there's a shelter in Nantou that specializes in taking both children and troubled teens. Many of the residents there have been abandoned by their families, domestic violence survivors, or have some trouble with the law. Due to its location, there's limited medical resources. Therefore, a team of medical teams have gone and provided free clinics for these children and youth there.
One volunteer holds the hand of one child to see the doctor.
Being brought by their parents to see the doctors can be an experience these children never have. They can only endure any pain they have. John's father is in jail and his mother has left him. Without this free clinic, he must endure more pain from his cavity.
I can still eat, but I must bite with the other side. I didn't want to see the doctor, so I postponed it until it became extremely serious that I went.
14-year-old Ajay has been coughing for 2 weeks, but he still says he's fine. It breaks the volunteers' heart when they see it.
They're like our kids. When I see him cough, it breaks my heart too.
Ajay brought us to where their activities take place. It's not big, but it's bright and orderly. They chat and sleep here.
We can make many friends here. We don't have as much freedom as when we're outside, but it's okay.
He is quite mature, although he is in grade 10. He has planned to enroll as a soldier after he graduates. Xiaoming is in the shelter because his father has died. He wants to be a teacher so he can help more children.
I know how it feels if you're placed somewhere. I can become part of them easily. I feel they're like me because we all need love.
He chokes when he mentions the word love, but in fact, they are not alone. A hug, words of encouragement and understanding from others are their shelter from the storm on their journey in life.
Medical resources are always needed, especially in remote areas. That is why the Tzu Chi Suzhou Clinic established the Dr. Wu Sen Traditional Chinese Medicine Department. It's with great hope that this will bring higher quality medical care to the local population. Let's check out this 77-year-old doctor's lifelong mission in safeguarding the health of all.
A plaque for this TCM Doctor Studios unveiled honoring Dr. Wu Sen's commitment to studying and practicing medicine.
My father won't let me go to school. He wanted me to stay work. I didn't want to do this and he kicked me out of the house. I slept at the school for 3 days. I was determined to practice medicine and save people. Because of my impoverished background, I know the pain of not having money.
At the age of 77 this year, he has been practicing medicine for 49 years. More than a year ago, he went from Taiwan to the Suzhou Clinic, where his acupuncture treatment was very well received.
After the acupuncture treatment, my left foot does not feel so much pain when walking. It is much easier for me to move than when compared to before.
My father can only sit because it is inconvenient for him to move, so Dr. Wu kneeled to give him acupuncture on his leg. I was really quite moved by this.
Not forgetting his mission to save other people's lives, he practices medicine on weekdays. On weekends and holidays, travels to remote villages to help the poor patients. He diligently treats each patient.
When I encounter a lot of difficulties, you take what you have learned and use your spirit from the ground up to nourish you. For example, if I have a lot of patience, my mind becomes even more concentrated.
As a professional physician, he maintains his initial inspiration to save as many lives as possible and serving everyone in need from year to year.
Are dogs really considered to be man's best friend? Because according to the 2015 statistics from the Council of Agriculture, the number of stray dogs in Taiwan exceeded 128,000. The root cause of the problem is people's selfish nature. Most treat these animals like they can be disposed of at any given time if it comes into conflict with their own lives. Let's see what measures the government and local veterinary groups are putting into place to combat this growing issue.
The 9.5-year-old Bebe is well behaved. When it wears this uniform, it knows that it is working, and actually Bebe is certified as a doctor dog.
好幸福哦，好棒哦，谢谢阿嬷。哦，你之前养过狗啊？哦，一样的狗吗？差不多。哇，男生还女生？女生都有哦。哇，阿嬷好厉害，4只。
These seemingly simple exercises are all based upon some theory. In the case of Dr. Dog Bebe, the target audience is seniors with dementia or disability, and the impact of the dog is quite obvious.
Most of the elders raised dogs in the past, so they really like it. It's very effective in evoking some memories of nostalgia. When they're interacting with the dog, the teacher will guide them, and they will say what dogs they have raised before in the past. Some memories of their old days will come back, and this is very effective for elders with dementia.
Bebe is wearing a shirt with the Dr. Dog logo, which represents the Professional Animal Assisted Therapy Association of Taiwan. In the past 20 years, it has been working hard to promote professional animal-assisted therapy with trained and qualified animals used in this type of therapeutic field with supportive activities to improve a patient's mental, physical, and social connections. Different animal traits often bring different effects. The association even developed and designed the treatment props for the Dr. Dogs.
This thing is designed to be buttoned and then unbuttoned. For the unbuttoning, there are some basic uses. This is actually a very common for treating dementia. This is to be gripped and then paired with the collar and button.
Bebe is friendly and smart. She's a competent dog doctor. But you know it was abandoned twice due to her large size and not being a pure breed.
This dog has been abandoned twice. I can see that this had a big impact on this dog as it's very difficult for them to overcome.
Taiwan's animal rights movement took a major step forward in early 2017 after the zero euthanasia policy was launched and the concept of protecting life was backed up by government policy. While society is indeed moving forward, it seems to be too slow when it comes to respecting the issue of life.
Taiwanese people, when they talk about this concept of life, still have room to improve. Many people still think that it's just a dog and it's just an animal and not necessarily part of our family. So if I don't think it's suitable, I will just return it.
Bebe is a dog, but is actually a partner or a member of the family. This is actually the purpose of the Dr. Dog Association and other animal rights groups and organizations. On this day, volunteer trainers from the association arrived at the Taipei Animal Protection Office in Neihu. Their mission is not to train Dr. Dogs, but to help pair dogs with good families. Deng Huijin is the host of this day's training session.
We don't want to stop them. That is, we don't want to scold them for something they should not do. It should be like they're doing these things normally, and then we will make a sound like, good for you.
During the training, volunteers carefully record the characteristics of each dog.
I will record the training we are doing. For instance, if a dog has a food aggression, when we try to introduce this dog into a family, we will try to slowly minimize this particular trait.
The Dr. Dog Association cooperates with the Taipei City government to provide follow-up basic obedience training courses. After a dog is adopted, this helps pair a stray dog with a family that loves it.
The master teaching them basic obedience instruction is actually quite simple. So we will have 6 training lessons after the owner adopts the dog. Everyone comes together to study together, which makes the most sense.
Dogs are loyal and obedient and are the most suitable animal to live with a human family. Many simply hope the humans can show basic respect for their pets, and especially their right to life, as all sentient beings should be afforded a basic dignity.
In Taiwan, people are familiar with the traditional dish stinky tofu. In fact, it is one of those must-try snacks for any tourist visiting. In Indonesia, there's a similar snack which is often found in traditional markets. Let's go on a food adventure, shall we?
This is an ordinary farmer's market with extraordinary foods. Taking a stroll through this traditional market here in Java, the sights and smells of the snacks make people's mouth water. These are all the traditional snacks of the Japanese.
Kula sadhe tempe teng Arjo Widil dangune pun 2 taun.
I've been selling tempeh for 2 years now at the Humanistic market. The leaves I used to wrap it in are picked from the garden. Things always sell out here and has helped change our lives for the better. Since the start of the market to now, our stand has been well received by everyone. Even though we just sell cheap snacks, it's something that everyone enjoys.
Sami do cekap, sak cekap-cekape nggih ming barang alit.
Wonosari Market sells the most traditional foods of Indonesia. This area originally suffered immensely due to excessive mining, and in order to restore the environment to its former self, the government established the market in 2017 to help local citizens not to rely on mining for a living.
Dulu itu namanya Gunung Wijil. Jadi di sana ada gunung yang menjulang tinggi.
That is the Wijil Mountain. Since 1976, the mountain was open for mining, yet the activity was not controlled by the government, and now the mountain's ecology has been destroyed.
Mulai dari tahun 1976 lah. Dengan aktivitas penambangan itu oleh pemerintah desa, oleh pemerintah daerah tidak terkontrol sehingga bentang alamnya menjadi rusak.
As the village scenery rebuilds and attracts tourists to visit, local residents also introduce their favorite snacks to everyone, thus keeping alive that traditional flavor of Indonesia.
Speaking of traditional dishes, there's also another dish in Indonesia called the bamboo stuffed rice. This is so popular that a choreographer even made up a dance to honor it.
This is a traditional Tabentinggi dance choreographed by a professional dancer from the area. The dance is a representative of the cooperation and teamwork it takes to prepare the local delicacy of lemang baktuk bamboo rice. Lemang baktuk bamboo rice is made with glutinous rice wrapped in banana leaves and inserted inside a bamboo tubing. The entire thing is then cooked by charcoal. It is said that bamboo stuffed rice was introduced to the area by the nomads of Padang. Eros's family has been making bamboo stuffed rice for 3 generations now, and amongst the 10 children, each is responsible for a week's worth of product.
The name lemang batok comes from my father. My father's name is Batok, and everyone knew that he made bamboo stuffed rice, so it was given that name. This is our family business, and we're going to keep passing it on.
As the bamboo stuffed rice needs to be slow cooked, only about 180 portions could be made in a day. Yet the total amount of ingredients that go into it is as high as 100 kilograms.
The process is to wash the rice and leaves and put it into the bamboo and add coconut milk. Then the whole thing is put into the fire and slow cook it.
It takes 4 hours for the rice to cook completely. When the green of the bamboo turns black, the rice is then ready to eat.
The Tzu Chi Academy in Coquitlam, Canada organized a filial piety event in order for the children to express their gratitude toward their mothers. They made these really, really beautiful flowers. Let's take a look at these heartwarming scenes. Thank you for watching. See you next time.